Okay. And back to the chatbot. And activate. Okay. And nope. Game. It's not there. Okay. How is the sound? And game. No. Okay, whatever. Streamlabs bot, YouTube, not joining chat. Yes, I have done that. Public stream. What? Let's see. Seriously, change your name. Okay. If you stream to YouTube, your stream needs to be a public stream. Otherwise, it's okay. But it's a public stream, right? Yes. Okay. Unmod and remod the bots. Okay. Okay. Ah. So I wonder. So it does have my old name. Whatever. I'll look at this later. Need to work. Okay, so what do I have here? How can I explain this in a good way? So I've been using Rust for a few years. And started game dev about 2 years ago. Using Rust, and from the start Bevy, but actually moved away from Bevy and am now doing a custom. I don't want to say engine, because there's no like UI or anything. It's just code. But anyway, we can call it an engine. and it's based on the rendering is based on some stuff from Linebender. So we're a friendly group of people who share an interest in 2D graphics and user interface design. So Linebender has a few interesting crates. One is Velo, which is a GPU powered 2D graphics rendering engine for vector art, I guess. And I discovered this about 2 years ago and decided I wanted to make games with it. Yeah, so we have Velo, which is the rendering. We have some SVG stuff that can convert SVGs to the format that Velo expects. We have some text rendering. Here's the Bevy plugin. I've been contributing to a few of these crates the past year or so. Maybe even more. Not sure. Yeah, Velato. This is the one I use to render Lottie files. The Lottie file I'm currently rendering is this. So this is basically a Lottie file. We can go and look at Lottie files. Sure. Yeah, it's basically vector animations. I wonder if I can just grab something. Render something else. Maybe something more fun. I don't know. I guess I can grab this one. I should be able to render this one. Not sure though. Download. Oh, come on, can't I just download it? Yes, hello. Okay. So now I'm not sure if it's .lottie or lottie.json. I think it's just lottie.json. So what I can do then is what was the name? Toggle. Toggle.json. Okay. So toggle.json. I wonder if this works. Yeah, sort of. Oh, okay. Interesting. Panic. Yellow hybrid. Okay, that's not every time. Interesting. I am going to save this for later. So bars, strips. This to do. Damn chords. There we go. Yeah, anyway. So I can use lotties to, or I can render lotties basically. That's about it. And I'm working on, in collaboration with someone else, on Moho files. So basically, there's an export script from Moho. I can't show this on Linux, but Moho, so 2D animation software, vector animation software. They just released something called SideQuest, which is unrelated to what I'm doing. So basically, you can export the animations, I think rendered animations, and use like mesh morphing, I think it's called. Anyways, it's a powerful tool for 2D animations. So there's rigging, vector art, and the big thing with it is, it's not perfect, but it kind of works. So basically, lottie files can be rendered. Some kinks. Let's see, YouTube, Moho. Oh, was that release? Yeah, release flag. Oops. So the FPS is kind of meh. Must be something going on here. It's not terrible, but not great. Yeah. So Moho has something called liquid shapes now. Yeah, this one. So basically this. So it's easier to animate rotations and stuff. So you can perform binary operations on the vector and the shapes. And make cool effects like this. You add and subtract shapes from other shapes to make cool effects and animations. So that's what I'm working on for Moho. The liquid shapes like this, I try to replicate it, but it's near impossible. What I do have though is this. I mean, the support for this. Come on. So this shape here subtracts from this shape. Maybe I can run the actual demo. Let's see. This is not open source yet. and I'm not the main author of it. It's a nice guy that I met online who worked on it last year. Let's see if I can start it up. How did I run this now again? Oh, there we go. Testing flame. Yeah, here we go. So basically, I mean, this is a crappy animation exported from Moho, but I want to get the star shapes here. So basically these are Moho bones. And I have like a droplet shape here. And I just have 4 stars rotating and subtracting from the shape. So that's what I added the other week, no, even a month ago, to be able to do these kinds of shapes. And the reason is it's easier to do head turns like this. Hold on, where is he doing it? Here.
Okay, and the mouth is subtracting from this shape and the circle is doing nothing. Okay, so that is why you see this changing. So it depends on the order the shapes have. So I'm just going to move this to the bottom. So now it is not interacting with any liquid shape. It's just a normal shape that is at the bottom. All right, so you can see here how this is working. So we are very close to it. So now the thing is that if you want to animate the rotation of the character, let me just go to frame 24. I can move the mouth to the side. So I'm just moving the points here, and now I have this shape which I can put just here. I can play with the curvature. So let's say, okay, this is what I want for the mouth. So now I have this animation. Okay, and you will have to fix the in-betweens, some of them, especially if this character is rotating very slowly. Probably you don't want this kind of weird shape happening here, so you will have to maybe pull the mouth inside at this point and maybe move it faster to be outside. So this is not related to the software itself. It's just tricks to simulate a 3D rotation. But now if you want to rotate it to the other side, I will actually copy and paste the keyframes from 0. So I will just select.
Yeah, basically binary operations. I can power these kinds of effects easier. I'll speed it up, I think. Playback speed. There you see it. So basically vector shapes that can rotate, sort of like head turns and what else? Where'd you go? Where'd you go? And it seems to be working. So this is with, so that nice guy who sent me this source for just exporting Moho animations or Moho files, and also render them, plus another open source. Let's see, it was it's Linesweeper. Yoink. So Linesweeper, it's for Boolean operations on vector shapes. It's not, this is binary op, not Boolean. Binary operations, maybe it's called. Subtract and add. Really cool. Of course, the tech is not experimental, but it's, I would say, alpha, maybe beta. So there are 2 renderers from Velo, even 3, I think. So there's Velo Classic, which is fully GPU. I'm not using this anymore. I'm using the new renderer, which is still being heavily developed, which is Velo Hybrid. And there's also Velo CPU if you want CPU rendering. This is probably the most developed renderer right now in Linebender. There are, I mean, I don't think many are using hybrid yet, but I find some bugs now and then. Yeah. What else? Oh yeah, so the where to put it? So of course, I'm not only doing the renderer, I'm also doing, oh, it's some crashes here and there. I'm also doing or making a card game based on this. So all these are vector shapes, hand coded for now. I do want to add the Moho animations and also Lottie animations as like card art and stuff. Yeah, so basically shapes get very nice. I mean, high definition, I guess, when zooming in. Yeah, so that's what I'm working on. Oof, the FPS. Oh, it's, I think it's not release mode, right? No. So release. Maybe better. Yeah, better. I don't know if it's great, but good enough for now. This is basically just a few shapes and a gradient that moves in opposite direction of the, like a tilt. Fun stuff. So void animation, void overlay. So if I remove the clip, push layer, pop layer, you can see the difference. Just for fun. I don't even know if my stream works. I forgot to check. Maybe I'm not streaming. Twitch. Am I streaming? I mean, I haven't been online for a long time, so I don't expect viewers, but let's see. I'm just gonna see if I'm actually streaming. Oh yeah, I am. Okay, cool. Cool. Yeah, so here we go. Here we see the shape, and now it's just moving the opposite direction. Like this. Fun times. Okay, I'm just gonna remove. Let's see, assets, reset, yes. I like this giraffe. I haven't made it. I didn't make it. It's just a Lottie file. Whoever made it, good work. Yeah, and I have some view culling, of course. Oh, you see the FPS. So this is dev mode. Debug mode, I mean. So when it comes back into view, you see the FPS is a bit lower. Okay. Anyway, whoops. I have a bunch of to-dos and I have a bunch of tasks in a backlog that I need to get through. Yeah. Oh shit. There we go. Done. There we go. Okay. Yeah, release mode better. I actually think I'm drawing a gradient right now in the background. I think that might be causing a lot of FPS drop. Let's see. Game mod. Render. So what I like about this is it's kind of like working with the web canvas, which I am very much familiar with. So card entity card. So paint card. So here's the API basically. If you're interested. It's a bit different in the Velo. So I'm using Velo, but I'm using not a fork, a subcrate called Velo Hybrid. So the API is a bit different from the actual Velo crate. Not much. In Velo, each thing can have a scene. Then you can combine scenes by appending them. Like you have a master scene, then you append smaller scenes to the main one. And here, we just draw everything to the same scene directly. And these are actually not doing anything. They just queue up commands, I think, that are prepared for the GPU. Some things might be on the CPU because of the hybrid. But in general, they are just queuing up commands. And when we're done, I think let's see, world scene, no, world. Render world, here we go. Yeah, so here, the queue submit, basically. When everything else is defined. So you queue up all the commands here, somewhere. Where did it go? Oops. Oh, another tab. The mount. No, entity card. Ent card. Okay, so here. So these commands are queued up for everything. Like all the cards here, all the effects. And then in the end, everything is submitted. Mm. Oh, yeah, and so everything is just a struct of array thingy. It's not really an ECS, but I do have some sort of entity struct, sort of, where I just loop through everything. Oops. Yeah, and a bunch of code, moving stuff between world and screen space. Yeah, computing visibility, I don't know. C ordering, C index ordering. Parenting, entity relationships. Despawning, spawning, I don't know. Stuff. Yeah, and I have a world which I use for both. I don't like the naming of this world because I have a game world and a UI world. And I have a simulation. Basically, well, the game sim. Like I can say here the runtime, I set the time scale. So I can set the time scale to maybe 0.1 for just the game. Oh, what happened now? There we go. And if I do that, everything is super slow. This is because I might want tie-dye or bullet time. And also be able to pause the game while the UI still works. And a few settings, basically. Frame smoothing and stuff. One UI sim and one game sim. Window manager, heavily inspired by Bevy's window manager. A lot of copy pasting and changing to fit my architecture. Timer, same thing. Heavily inspired from Bevy and some other game engines. I think Bones, maybe. Is that what it's called? Bones game engine? Fishfolk Bones, yeah. This one, which is also heavily inspired by Bevy, though. I think they still use the renderer. Mm-hmm. Oh, still streaming. Cool. Yeah, that's this time simulation, time scaling. You can speed it up as well, of course, like 5. What happens then? Yeah. Of course, the intention is to be able to change this in game. But yeah, that's the default configurations. And what else? As a timer, simulation, runtime, rendering, kinda. So here's the Bellow hybrid renderer. I do have text and font shaping and stuff also in real time. So can I demonstrate this somehow easily? Maybe. Game mod. Oops. New. I suppose I can maybe text. Actually, do I have a text entity? I don't think so. So I'll just do in render. Oh, I can return the background maybe. And of course, the FPS counter is text. Silly me. Oh yeah. Here I have a bunch of settings. What can I do? Width height. Yeah, text align, line height, word spacing, letter spacing. Oh, yeah, slant. I can do a bunch of stuff like the sender height, depth. That's the locam. Okay, some I don't know. What happened? Okay, 20. I actually don't know what this means, except for like the bottom part of the letters should descend more, I guess. Make that. Of course, I don't have anything. Let's do slant then. Didn't I document this? I thought I did. Oh, I didn't make any comments. That's stupid. Okay, I'll do slant, some, I don't know, 90. What happens then? Oops, they don't show. Let's do 2. No slant. Okay. What about like 45? Is this an angle? Yeah. There we go. And let's do let sign. No. Angle. Oh, thank you. But I want. Gotta do sign. Oh. Game time. Total time. But it's already 32. Stupid autocomplete. Okay. Now. What I want to do? Can do like 45. Can I do this? Oh, so slow. The point is I can do a bunch of stuff in real time anyway. Even slower. Okay, I need a higher value. 100. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, fun. Oh, I forgot to check chat. Not that I think anyone said anything, but yeah, nope, cool. Okay, so that's text. Oh, here's the Lottie rendering. It's actually another crate. I've been working on that for a bit with the Linebender community. So that's what's rendering the giraffe Lottie file. This one. And they have a nifty render sync trait. So I can just replace the Velo renderer with the Velo hybrid renderer easily. Also fun. Yeah, some storage stuff. It's not confirmed working yet. This is actually something I wrote for Bevy from the beginning and ported it over like a few days ago. I haven't tried it yet. Picking. So basically mouse interactions. Yeah. So the red square is the picking area. And the yellow square is the bounce, the ABB box thingy. And that's also a struct of arrays, or struct of arrays. A bit simpler than the world. And yeah, I'll just check the ABB first, and then I do more what is it called? Precise check. Oops. It's hard to see the black border now, but yeah. So the edges are rounded. Yeah, so basically vector shape picking. Also fun. Yeah, input also heavily inspired from Bevy's input handling. Yeah, so yeah, I used GLRS for gamepad, Winit for everything else. It's working. Entity things. Index generation thingy. A simple camera. Nothing advanced really. An audio player also struct of arrays using Kira for audio, which is using cPal, I think. So basically I can build tracks. I also added here a compressor, so I can probably disable this and show what happens. So let's restart this first. When I do this, now I have the compressor active. So even if the engine plays a bunch of sounds simultaneously, the volume is stable. I don't know how it is for you though. The game might be louder than my voice, not sure. Okay, but if I remove this, like this, and restart. Maybe this was a bad sound to... maybe I can slow down time. I think I connected the time sim, or the game sim time scale to this audio as well. Hold on. 0.1. No, I didn't. Okay. Is that a to-do maybe? Backlog. Scale. Time. Scale. No, okay. Audio seems to not be connected to time scaling. And correct, it's not. Right, I thought I had to update the sound files with delta time to play them, but that's Kira handling. So I just need to set... I can just do it now, I guess. Extract that. Cool. Yes, hello. Why? Hello? Why no autocomplete? Oh my god. What's going on? Okay. Can I do it here? No? Oh, maybe it's not public. Hold on. Extracted. It was recording. So extracted. Not extend. Come on. Extracted. There we go. And here. Instead, extracted. Oops. Extracted. Now here, the handle. So if extracted, game sim, time scale, what do I call it? Oh, I don't have it public, do I? Scale. So that's target time scale, but I want the actual time scale. Time scale. Okay. Maybe that's time scale. Oh, there we go. Sure. Maybe not. So let's say handle speed. Nope. Playback rate. Here we go. So value, use Kira value. You have other values here, I think. Nope. fixed. And stream jitters. Extract, yes, correct. Time scale. Oh, let's do this. I'll do it every frame, whatever. For now. Time scale. There's another argument between. Oops. Default, yes. Okay. What does the value want? Straight bound is not satisfied. Okay, as F64. Nope. As U32. Nope. Can I just do F32? Can I do F32? Probably not. Why is this not working? Macro, okay. Jeez. Okay. Kira, set audio, no, set playback rate. Set playback rate. Oh, you don't need the value thingy. We do. Okay. Okay. Oops. Self is mute. Yeah, sure. Sure. Can I do this? No. This? No. I don't just want to. Jeez, come on. Oh, herder. That's an index. Self is mute ref. Yes. Yes. Huh. Okay. Yeah, there we go. Slow sound. Now I can hear it build up. Like one. Many. Gets louder and louder. Okay. So that's without the compressor. And I add back the compressor, then we should. Oh, sorry. Sound limit reached. Hold on. Capacity. Where do I set the capacity? I don't do it here. With cap. Come on. Here we go. Oh, I do set it to 1,000. Maybe it wasn't the sound limit. Oh, sorry. Audio player. 101. Okay, so it's actually Kira itself. Interesting. Maybe there's a limit. I'll investigate later. But yeah, there's a ceiling for the volume anyway now, even though there's many. Okay, how many times can I do this without crashing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12. Okay. What else? I do have a backlog task for that. Here. Yeah, well, that's the audio system. Oh, I finished this. So I don't want to do this every frame necessarily. So is it cheaper to set it on every frame or just check with the cache playback rate and insert self playback rate? Yes. Cool. I'll say if self playback rate, yes. Cool. I mean, can't I do F32? Huh. It doesn't implement F32. Nice. Okay. Okay. Convert to F64 in simulation. And this works, right? No. Oh, here. Playback rate. Anything else? Maybe. So I'm not sure about the thresholds here. I'll leave it 20 for now. As it was from the beginning. Maybe there's a... That's volume bar with volume will start by decreased. Oh, in decibels. Yeah, in decibels, obviously. I do have a helper, I think, here. Decibels, linear to decibels. Yeah. So, yeah, 0 to 1 volume translated into decibels. Cool. Actually got something done. That's good. I can just move it down. It's kind of done. It's not really done. Right, so... Let's do... world audio player time scale. And this is for oof. I don't like this. Hold on. So in picking, I have world entity. I do want world entity here as well. Oh, whoops. So world entity. There we go. And then not complete, thank you. And when I insert, I also want the owner here. Do this owner world entity, some owner, yes. And here, this is world timescale. No, sorry. Game timescale. Then I want UI timescale. There we go. And here is world is in world is actually if let some world entity world index or yeah world entity is self world. Hold on. Oh, I don't have the world here. I should do world. Okay. Do I record again? No. And here in world, I do sure self. Oops. Self. Come on. Self world. No, that's picking. UI audio. Oh, wait. Yeah, okay. So I don't need both. So this is a bit confusing. So maybe I should just have one audio player. If I rename this to audio, rename this to audio. Can I do this? Yeah. Audio player. I'll put it here. Extend the audio player. Wait. Audio player. Just a sec. That's nicer. An audio player update is just one. Like this. Sorry. World UI. Oh, sorry. Game. Game world. UI world. Oops. Okay. So what kind of symbols were you spamming? Was that a correct moderation or not? I wonder. Ah, whatever. Okay, game world, UI world, timescales. Sure. And now I just want to know, was this a good idea? Maybe this was a bad idea, actually. I'm just going to do a time scale like this instead. So for the world, we have the time scale, which is a F64. And in game mod, we'll just undo a bunch of stuff. Or, yeah. Sim. This is game sim. Time. Scale. Self world. Right. And same here. Come on. Yes. Thank you. This should be game world. This should be UI world. Game world. UI world. UI picking. UI audio. Oh, sorry. Okay. Oh no. Game world. Game picking. Game audio. There we go. Game picking. Game audio. No, it's already been an hour. Okay. So what's the point of all this I'm doing? Yeah. First off, it fixed the compile error. What do you want here? Game audio, insert. All right. None. And the reason I need owner is because self actually world get parent index. All right. How do I do this here? So that's the world index. This would be that sum world index equals. It expects an index, but I want to get oops, what did I do? Hold on. I provide an index. It checks right and then gets the index. So it's actually world index. Does it support option? No. So if world entity is self world entity, yes, and I'll do this. Oops. That works. Now, oops. Oh, come on. Right. Convert to FC. Yeah, okay. No biggie. So if I have a handle, so why do we need a world index? Why? Why did I need the world index? Maybe I don't need it. Oh yeah, the only reason I need everything is world. So I don't need to confirm it, right? So I can just do this. So I did this before when I thought I was gonna mix UI and world, or UI world and game world. Now we're good. Almost. And this is actually entity. No. Oh. Some. Do I need to clone? No. Copy. Copy, 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 copy. Now then. No, still not. What are you complaining about? Cannot compile. Why? Oh, jeez. Unknown field. What? And that is in game mod. What? Why is LSP not picking it up? No field world. Some world. Self world. Right. Game world. Still not. Oh. World. Game picking. Anything else? World flags. Super weird. Self world flags. It's a custom engine, but I mean the custom part is not a lot. It's mostly the renderer that is the main thing, which is Velo, which is an open source project. It can render vector graphics in real time. So I can show you in a bit. I just need to figure this one out. I don't get why my LSP isn't renaming everything. Self world. Fine. Oh, because it's in behind a feature flag. That's why. Right. That's stupid. Okay, self world. Replace with self. Game world. Then we have, oh jeez, just a moment. Maybe that's one step closer. Yeah. If self game world size. Revert self world game world. Yes. Self what else? Self world picking. That's game picking now. Self world picking. Game picking. Picking. There we go. So that's okay. This is dev mode, so it's a bit slower, but so if you're still here, the render allows oh geez, I have hold on, time scale. Main time scale 0.1. There we go, time scale 1. So this engine and render lets me render vector animations, vector art, which means we can zoom in a lot without losing any what's called fidelity. And also there's more like procedural animation potential. So the goal of the engine is basically to render these animations, which are made with Lottie files, which is not really a standard. I think they're trying to standardize everything. But yeah, animations like these exist on the web and also some mobile applications. I just wanted to take the same like rendering, say, file format and render it on the GPU instead. Because this is CPU mostly, which means it's really slow. And with Velo, we can do it on GPU. And if I do release mode instead, moment. Oh, hey, I need more caffeine. I didn't see you there. Release mode build is slow. Just give me a few seconds more. Any second. Yeah, there we go. Now it's a bit better. There are some issues with larger shapes, I guess. But yeah, you can see here. It's not rasterized. Yeah, I used Bevy before. I kind of left Bevy and made my own runtime instead. I went through it earlier in the stream if you want to look at the replay later. But it's not a lot. It's just I don't know, an audio player, camera. I mean, I took some code from Bevy, like the timer, and what else? The picking is heavily inspired from it as well, even though I made a structure for arrays instead. So the picking, yeah, the audio player also structure for arrays. The game world also structure phrase. Everything is deterministic as well, which is a lot nicer. I don't run into the bugs that I find with Bevy, like every third or fourth compile. It's easier for me to understand this anyway. Top-down flow. And if I need to in the future, I can use Rayon to parallelize certain systems if needed. But actually parallelizing systems right now with only up to 1,000 entities is really makes it a lot slower. I think I need to reach like 10,000 entities or something before Rayon comes into play. I think. Not sure. I mean, heavy compute stuff might need parallelizing, but I'm not there yet. And all right, the cards. I still have cards. So let's move it to the second screen. I just switched to Arch, so I'm a bit unfamiliar. But yeah, here are the cards. And yeah, can move them between world and screen space. There's some animation bugs because the cards in hand aren't supposed to be in world, really. Just did it for debugging the moving objects from world to screen. Yeah. Kind of like it. Good times. You can read more in the about section, I guess, below the video on Twitch. Most of the tech comes from a community called Linebender. There's some really smart people there making the vector rendering. People from like Google and Canva and stuff who do font rendering and vector rendering basically. But the big feature that I'm collaborating with someone is rendering Moho stuff real time. So Moho is it's an animation tool for 2D. So they work with it like this. And I want to be able to render this in real time without having to export it as sprite sheets, basically. And that project is not open source yet because the original author is not ready yet, I think. But he was kind enough to let me play around with it and add some new features. And I never remember how to start this. Hold on. Moho. There we go. So originally he was able to render Moho exports. And I added the cutout. So basically I have 4 stars here with the bones animating and rotating. So basically transparent star shapes that cut through the other shape, oscillating back and forth here. Which isn't trivial, but luckily smarter people than I provided me with most of the tech, so that's cool. Yeah, so that's Moho exports. And I haven't integrated yet. I'm still working on some features on the other project. I probably won't work on it on stream because it's someone else's code, really. And it's not open source yet. And what else? So I tried to do liquid shapes. I think I can show it here. Yeah. Hold on. Did it show it? Yeah, here, somewhere. Here we go. So the concept is they have something called liquid shapes. It's so fast. Hold on. I'm going to slow it down. Playback speed. So you can have other shapes affecting, well, shapes affecting shapes basically for the animation. Same here with the fire. See how the stars kind of make the fire look like fire. It's a really cool piece of software to make animations, 2D animations. Anyway, so the idea is to just export the raw format from this animation software and render it in real time, and also be able to like have the animations be affected by the game. So let's say you make a squid-like space monster that can reach out and grab you depending where you are. So they use some sort of inverse kinematic algorithm or something to have the Moho animation actually reach out towards your player or whatever. Yeah. I just like the idea of making games that way. Instead of making sprite sheets or 3D meshes. I mean, mesh morphing you can do a lot as well. But I just want to be able to procedurally animate like Moho and Lottie animations. I haven't worked on it for too long. Since November last year, I think, part-time. I am considering using AI agentic tooling to continue to make it faster. But I'm not sure. In one way I should, another way maybe I shouldn't. I don't know. So, what did I do? I don't even remember what I was doing. Hold on. Right, playback rate. Right, I over-engineered something. That's what I did. So I wanted playback rate on audio. Because previously I did not have that. Make. So the sound here. Should be tied to. Come on, damn it, main. To the time scale. So if I say 0.1. Slow sound. And the other way around. Double speed. super fast. Maybe you saw this earlier, I don't know. Anyway, I realize now that I over-engineered it. Because I thought I needed the world entity to determine whether the entity was in world or UI space, but I realized I have two different players for sounds. One for world and one for UI. So all I need is timescale. Oops. There we go. Right. So this means, let's move this directly to done. Our player should be timescale aware. Cool. Sure. Oh, hold on. Probably not value, right? Audio player. Assets. Runtime. World. Something owner. Why don't I need this? Don't I need to store this? Hold on. This shouldn't work. Maybe it does. No. Correct. Okay. Clean up. Good. Yes, yes. Yes, yes. Wait. Audio player. Insert. So insert should probably take a timescale, just in case. Timescale. Right. Ooh. So what happens if I insert? So I insert one frame, start playing. Yeah, I need to. So even though I updated every frame, what if? When do I actually update or insert? That would be hover audio. What did I? Audio insert. So I do it here. Play card hover sound, which is here. And that is after updates. So if I just move this down here for now, I don't need to do that. And I think everything will work anyway. Because then it should just update in the same frame. Should. Still works. Cool. Cool. Renaming, yes. Bunch of renaming. Oh, maybe I shouldn't commit this actually. Hold on. Yeah, I have to. Rename. Audio, move down, renaming, yes. Okay. Add time scaling to audio player. Good. Oh, I'm gonna make some tea, so I'll be back in a moment. Yeah, so tea is boiling.